What up, everybody? So, the reason you're not really, seeing me right this second is, as I seem to be having a little problem with this. I'll hold the phone up so it's looking at me. And, then it just stops recording, but, okay. It's a real pretty night tonight. It feels really good. It's like 70-something degrees compared to like the 100-degree weather we've been having lately. But alright, subject of the video. For those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, one of my statuses that had gotten a lot of, I guess, buzz, and a lot of people agreeing with me on it, it was feeling so not down with the clown lately. And people are asking, oh my god, are you dropping the hatchet? Blah, blah, blah. No, just because I don't feel really down with the clown much lately doesn't mean I'm dropping the hatchet, you know? I love when people assume that, though. It really does make good entertaining for me. But, what I mean by that is, it's bullshit. Everything's just turning into complete bullshit, you know? When I was working at Party City, you know, during Halloween time, we'd have, you know, people come in and get costumes and shit like that. Well, this, 7-year-old kid walked up to me and asked me where the face paint was. So I went over to take it to him. You know, I was asking him, you know, oh, well, what are you planning on being on for Halloween? He said, I'm going to be Violent J. I said, you know who Violent J is? He said, yeah, I love ICP. Ended up telling me whoop whoop. Ended up telling me low love. And told me that he had just recently got Bang Pow Boom, and it was the best album by ICP ever. That everything else they put out was garbage, pretty much. And so, you know, I'm just asking him running, you know, telling him that, you know, asking him if he knew who Twista was. He said, nope. Boondocks, nope. Blaze, nope. I said, okay. Well, how do you know who ICP is? He heard Miracles on the radio. And he became down. Before that, homeboy would listen to, Lady Gaga and Britney Spears. Now he's a juggalo. Because of Miracles on the radio. Hot Topic. I've seen people go in there. Don't even know what an ICP shirt is, but they buy it, and they become down, because now they own ICP merch. They're down with the clown. You know, or how about, you know, the fuckers that like to decide to call themselves juggalos just so they can do stupid shit and use that as an excuse. Or how about the artist? So at the gathering, apparently Twisted was dissing Hopsin a little bit, calling him an Eminem wannabe. Let's go back a few years. Twisted was an ICP wannabe. They were Twisted Nut Riders, or they were ICP Nut Riders in a lot of people's eyes. But they didn't like being called that. In fact, I've read it somewhere. I'll get it up sometime. Where the interview, after they got, you know, bigger and juggalos really started loving them, they said that shit used to piss them off, that they would never call somebody a wannabe. You know what I mean? Because, that shit hurt them. They liked ICP, you know, but they weren't really influenced extremely by ICP. You know, Hopsin, yeah, he's influenced by Twisted. By Eminem. You know, whoever you're influenced by, you're going to be like them a little bit. You know what I mean? But it was pretty disrespectful. You know, they pulled Hopsin off stage. Psychopathic don't have no love for anybody that's not psychopathic. You know what I mean? Like, when you're at the gathering, if you're performing, if you're not KMK, you're not Tech 9, or you're not rolling with Psychopathic or Hatchet House, they don't give a fuck about you. They really don't. They'll pull you off stage like nothing. Just because they don't care, you know? And some of these artists are paying to play there. And they still get yanked. And it's like, fuck that. I want a refund then. But no, you don't get a refund. Or ICP. You know, what do they do? You know, because their Bang Pow Boom was such a good marketing technique. That's the only way they got on the Billboard. You know, they probably wouldn't have gotten there if they only had one version of the album. But, you know, they came out with actually 4 different versions. Bang Pa Boom, Red, Blue, and Green, and then the Nuclear Edition. And now Mighty Death Pop, you're going to have 3 versions, which you're most likely going to have this huge edition of, you know, coming soon. So if you really want to get the Mighty Death Pop, hold out on it, because you'll be able to get everything all at once. They've become, seriously, like, all of Psychopathic just seems to become money hungry. And it's just like, I'm seeing, and it's not a problem with younger juggalos. Like, I don't have a problem with younger juggalos. I have a problem with whiny little bitches. And it seems like most of younger juggalos are whiny little bitches. It really does. And even ones that, like, have only been down, like, 5 or 6 years, just think they are the complete shit, you know? And it's like, let's look at it like this, right? Your mom and dad, you know, they made you. Well, OG Juggalos made ICP what they are, okay? So, it's like ICP are kind of like the OG Juggalos' children. ICP later on spawned younger Juggalos, newbies, or rookies. How about we'll just go with rookie Juggalos, okay? Now, that would make us, you know, OG Juggalos, your grandparents. But you run around and act like you are the shit, and you can disrespect OGs all you want, and it does not mean a flying fuck to you. But the second an OG disrespects you, you all fucking swarm. You all fucking swarm. Like it's fucking nothing. You know what I mean? And I really don't want to call names, and I'm not gonna call names, but there are a few very opinionated juggalos that think their opinions are always right, and the way they live is how everybody should live. You know? I've seen one of them talk about how you shouldn't whoop your kids, and the motherfucker's like 17, 18. Doesn't even have kids. You know? I don't have kids. But you know what? If you want to beat the shit out of your kid for acting up, hey, go for it. You know what I mean? As long as you ain't physically, like, actually punching them in the face and shit, whatever. You know, do what you do. You're the parent. You know, you decide to do what you want to with your kid. Can't nobody else say nothing to you. You know what I mean? Back in, like, the 1920s and 30s, parents used to fucking, like, punch their kids in the face. You know what I mean? And, like, kids grew up a lot worse. And now, you know, I see 6- and 7-year-old kids walking around with fucking iPods and cell phones talking and shit. I'm sitting there thinking, like, I had to work my ass off just to get my first prepaid phone. A prepaid phone. You know, like, and I was like 14 when I got my first prepaid phone. You know, I didn't even get on a plan until I was 17. And I was paying for it then. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing a lot of people that just get cars now. Their parents just give them cars. You know what I mean? I had to work. Save up money to get my vehicle, and I had to have a job to pay my insurance and my cell phone bill. I'm paying rent, paying for utilities, paying car insurance, paying a cell phone bill, paying other little bills that I have on the side, still buying some food and clothes, pretty much support myself. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at some of these other ones that just grow up so fucking spoiled and shit. And it's like, the newer juggalos, like I said, not all the newer juggalos are just like, they're these like brainwashed, whiny little bitches. And Psychopathic has not helped it. Another problem is Vanilla Ice. Okay, yeah, Vanilla Ice is cool and everything, you know, I know he's down with the juggalos and shit like that. But, why is he on Psychopathic? Why isn't he on Hatchet House? You know what I mean? Why is Dayton Family on Hatchet House but not on Psychopathic? It's just bullshit. I'm not dropping the hatchet. I just don't feel down with the clown as much as I used to. You know? There's too much disrespect. There's too much bullshit. There's too much money-hungry bitching going on. You know? And, I mean, I don't really give a shit if anybody agrees with me or not agrees with me. But it's just like, fuck it. Whatever. You know? I really just... I don't even care. I really just don't even care. You know, I'm not buying their CDs. Like, I haven't been buying CDs because I just know where that money's going to. Going to people's big heads and shit like that. You know? Fred said they need to make 3 different versions so they can make money. What about all the, you know, millions of dollars they already have from me? Fuck that.